what we're going to do is we're going to take pentatonic position box 1, and then we're going to take position 5, and we're going to recognize that in the key of E minor, E, G, B, and E are the notes of the root chord. And we're in E minor here. So we're taking E minor position 1 and E minor position 5. What we're going to do is we're going to take the high end and we're going to use the open strings and slide between the notes that we know are already in the scale. So we're going to take 0, 12, 15 on the B, 0, 12, 15 on the E, and then 0, 10, 12 on the B, and same on the E. So that's going to give us... And then what we're going to do is we're going to go 0, 9, 12, 14. Remember, 0 on the G, B, and E is completely fair game because we're in the key of E minor and they are the 3 notes. So then 12, 15, bend. So now let me show you that in the context of a backing track. I'll play it slow and then I'll play it a little bit faster. So you see how just these silly little pentatonic licks are already crushing it. So then next, what we want to look at is, okay, we've got this kind of idea now. How can we elaborate it? Okay, take the rule of you're never allowed to move 3 notes in the same distance or on the same string. So you can't go the same direction, on one string. So that's going forward. So we have to go down a string and backwards now. So that's 0, 12 on the B, 12, 10, open E. So 0, 0, 12, 15 on the B, 12, 10, open on the E. So see, it's the exact same thing we were just doing, but we've just moved it ever so slightly. Then we're going to play 0, 10, 12 on the B, and then 12, 15 on the E. So altogether that gives us... So you see how we're just using basic pentatonic shapes, but overall we are getting this sound. Let me share my screen again. Dodgy connection. And you see how just putting those two together is a lovely way to combine some super basic pentatonic tricks and sound like we really know what we're doing. Now, there's 2 other things that we want to look into here. We've also got position 1. We've got the shred factor of the fact if we go up 2 notes, if we go up 7 notes or 5 notes in the scale, we can play just that note and get a tap out of it. So that will sound like this. So now, basically all that's happening there is we've got our position 1 box. We're going 7 frets up, so 12 to 19. And if we tap that on every string, we can always get a cool little... nice little shreddy thing. That's also the same is if we're doing position 4 and doing... We can also tap on fret 12 now. So that gives us... So now, if we put this all together as a framework, so we look at it as our first little lick. And then we start to incorporate some of this E minor box 1 stuff. So... Now, what you want to be doing this whole time is if you're looking to end the lick, initially just aim for E. You don't need to know where it is all the time, but if you're in the pentatonic region, it's always bloody close because the whole thing's centered around E. So bending 15 to 17, 9, 12, and 14. So 14 on the D, 9 on the G, 15 bend to 17 on B, and 12 on E, or open E. So what we're going to do, combine the first lick with pentatonic tapping for box 1, and then move to box 4 and tap on 12. Let me show what all that sounds like. One thing you might want to put in here is like a cool guitar part you can also harmonize. But let's put all that together. To do that to him, ever so sorry. But so you see you've got that basic idea of pentatonic box 1 and 5. Combine that with just a little tap, and then combine that position 4. And then you can put all these like cool modern licks together, and just anything from that. It sounded like I knew what I was doing. I was just going through the positions. I was picking any random note because they're in the pentatonic positions. They're going to sound good with the root note because 4 out of 5 notes are chord tones to the root chord, so it'll all sound great. Sound good?
It's legit. It's legit.
Sweet.